4 ways I wish I knew how to break down a real estate deal when I first got started. Hey, Mike Delpre here, Executive Director of the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association, also co-host of the Azreia show. And today I'm going to talk about 4 ways I wish I knew how to break down a real estate deal when I first got started. So if you like what you see today, like the video, leave me your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our page. What we call this, what I'm about to show you, is called the Profit Analysis Quadrant. This was created by my good friend and mentor, Jay Massey of the Cash Flow Diary. So I want to give a great shout out to him, changed my life. I want to break down the 4 ways that I wish I knew how to look at a real estate deal when I first got started. Let's go to the first topic. Appreciation. What I like to say is appreciation is luck. That's icing on the cake. So if it shows up in our real estate deal, we'll take it, right? Otherwise, how do we look at appreciation? As real estate investors, we invest in what we can control. And what can we control within the appreciation quadrant, right? So the first one is find, right? You got to be able to find that appreciation. Are you like a wholesaler? Do you have that skill set, negotiation skill set, where you can go into the marketplace and find deep discounted deals? So that's one way. You got to find the appreciation. Another way, you got to force the appreciation. Are you like a fix and flipper, right? You go into the property, maybe you remodel the bathrooms, upgrade the kitchen, do the landscaping, paint the house, whatever it is. You're forcing the appreciation to make that ugly house pretty and make it worth more money. Phase, right? You could phase it in. You got a commercial strip center, right? And you put a cell phone tower inside, right? So now you're making the property more valuable. Maybe you're adding square footage to the property, right? Whatever it is, you're increasing the income of the property over time to make it more valuable. So 3 ways to control the appreciation: find it, force it, phase it. What we can't control is the government. We can't control laws, regulations, right? So we can't make our decisions solely based on that. Also, what we can't control is the emotion of the market, right? So if everyone's scared and fearful, or everyone's excited and going crazy, we're not gonna base our investment decisions on the emotions or the government. So we know as an investor, find, force, and phase. Depreciation. If you're not familiar with depreciation, look into it. The government provides incentives and benefits to those who provide shelter, jobs, energy, all these other types of things for entrepreneurs. Okay, so for us as real estate investors, we're providing shelter for the citizens of the United States. So if you may have heard, oh, so-and-so didn't pay taxes, or they don't pay taxes, well, it's because they're looking at the tax code and they're understanding depreciation. So if you can't read through the tax code, I highly recommend hiring someone that understands the tax code to help you out in your real estate investing career. There's one part of this that I'll just talk about today. A straight line. Straight line depreciation for single family homes can go for 27.5 years. Commercial, I'm pretty sure it's 39. So straight line depreciation, without doing anything to the house, you could say you lost on this house, right? So your CPA, talk to your CPA, I'm not an accountant, you could take a loss for 27.5 years on this property. So how do you do that? When you have a single family property, so let's say it's worth $100,000. Got a nice little house, it's worth $100K. Depending on your state and your city, they'll say the structure, you can depreciate the structure, not the land. So let's say 80% for this scenario. $80,000 is what you can depreciate for one single family house without doing anything, okay? You may have heard, it's not how much money you make, but it's how much you keep. So that's a good way to look at this scenario. This is also good for depreciation. It's also good for high income earners, right? Doctors, lawyers, whatever it may be, they need ways to show the government they made less money, or so they can keep more of it in their pocket, right? What they can do is depreciate their properties. So you got the $80,000, you divide that by 27.5 years, and that will give you about, I think off the top of my head, it's about $2,909 if I remember correctly. So that's $2,909 that you don't have to pay the government this year. So however that works, your CPA will tell you how that works in your tax bracket and so on. So imagine if you had 10 of these, 20 of these, whatever it may be. I always like to say on this one is, I used to host a board game called Cash Flow 101, which I recommend playing. A gentleman came up to the board game and was like, what is this here that you're doing? What's this game? He had a nice funny accent, and he was like, we're playing Cash Flow 101, how to invest in real estate. And he goes, oh, I'm a pediatrician. I make a lot of money. I don't need this board game. So I was like, okay. I said to him, hold on one second, but I bet you have a tax problem. He goes, can I have your business card, Mike? Right? So definitely want to look into depreciation, talk to your CPA and how that can work and best fit your real estate investing career. Next part is the cash flow. Very simple. Gross income, all the income coming into the rental property. If it's larger rental property, you do the laundry, the storage, the vending machine, whatever you have. Add it all up. Minus expenses, taxes, insurance, CapEx, vacancy, all that stuff is added up. Equals, what is it? NOI, net operating income. Gross. So if you pay full cash for this property, You have no debt, gross rents minus expenses equals your NOI, net operating income. Now, a lot of us usually leverage and we have a loan on the deal, minus debt service or your mortgage payment. That's your true cash flow. That's how you calculate your true cash flow, and that's the third part of breaking down a real estate deal. So what's the fourth part of breaking down a real estate deal, or the amortization schedule, whatever it is? You can be a bank. So what's being the bank like? So when you maybe got your primary residence, you went to the bank, they gave you a loan on the house, you own the house, you handle all the expenses, everything going on, renting it out. However, they have a lien position and a mortgage against the property. If you don't pay them, they take it back. So you could participate in a real estate transaction or have somebody participate in a real estate transaction as the bank. Okay, that's how we could raise money and everything. So basically it's simple as, hey, I need $100,000 for a deal. You can be the bank, lend $100,000, get first lien position on the property at a certain interest rate or whatever you negotiate with that person. And then therefore you make monthly payments towards your mortgage note, quarterly, yearly, whatever you and that person determine. So you can be the bank on the deal. So those are 4 ways that I wish I knew how to look at a real estate deal when I first got started. So we got appreciation, icing on the cake. We'll take it, find it, force it, phase it. Depreciation, take a loss on the property, 27.5 years. Talk to your accountant. You got your gross income minus expenses, minus your mortgage payment. Is your true net cash flow, or you can be the bank on the deal. Hopefully this helps you. So if you like what you saw, leave your comments in the comment section. If you like it, like it. If you like our page, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And that's the 4 ways I wish I knew how to invest in real estate when I got started.